Hello everyone, this is Kleri from Shadowmoon Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. And in this video I will try to answer questions 21 to 23 of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot for 2020. I'm trying to film a few days together so I can actually complete this challenge, because I'm running out of time, and if I don't do that then I will never finish this challenge. Day 21. Your favorite 3-card tarot spread, and why it is your favorite? My favorite 3-card tarot spread is where I am now, what I need to know, and where I'm heading, or what I need to focus on. And I think that this is the most versatile and the most useful spread, because we always need to know and understand the current situation. Then it is good to know what influences are around us that we may or may not be aware of. And also, normally we ask for, when we do a reading, we ask for advice or understanding of what is the best course of action, and therefore what to focus on, or what to target. I think it's the reasonable third position. So yeah, I really enjoy working with this spread. Day 22. Your top 5 tarot decks for 2010 to 2019. And obviously I have already mentioned from day 2 what are my favorite decks for 2019, and I have already said what were my most used decks for this decade. So to avoid overlapping, I will mention 5 decks that I have really enjoyed working with during this time period. And the first one is Tarot de Maria Celia. It comes in a tin. It's one of the very few Marseille decks that I have, and at first I didn't know if I will like this system, but the more I learn about numerology and the suits and stuff, I find this to be a very enjoyable system to work with. And this deck is so cute that and I like the coloration, so it makes things even easier. Yeah, so this is the Tarot de Maria Celia, a great Marseille deck, super cute. Right, that's that. The second one is a mass market deck that I don't see many people talking about, but I have had for years. I have edged it in orange to match the backings, but unfortunately it bled a bit, so I would, and to be honest, because it's a Los Caraballo deck and it has all these languages, I would like to trim it at some point. But for now it is what it is. It is called the Wheel of the Year Tarot. And I really like working with it. I like the vibrant colors, I like the artwork. It's kind of very easily relatable and easy to understand. It's traditional Rider-Waite Smith, but it has different body types and also people of color and everything. It's not like as diverse as the It's My Heart Tarot and other new decks, but given that this is an old deck, I do appreciate the diversity. And yeah, it's cheap, it's easily accessible and very easy to read. So yeah, that's the Wheel of the Year Tarot. Then another very favorite deck of mine is, no surprise there, the Everyday Witch Tarot, which I won't say much because this is a very popular deck. You have seen many walkthroughs and all, most likely. So yeah, I just have to say that I love this deck. It reads wonderfully, it's beautiful, it's funny, it doesn't hold any punches, and it's one of my favorites. Another, that's 1, 2, 3. The fourth one is the Tarot of the Sevenfold Mysteries by Robert M. Place. And this is a deck that I haven't had it for very long in my collection, but I fell in love with, because it is a traditional deck. However, it goes much deeper. It relates the tarot with the planets, with the chakras, and the virtues, and yeah, and also with Greek mythology, and I just love it. There's so much to work with, and yeah, it's an amazing. This is a Detractors depiction. I love it. It's a beautiful, very well thought and very deep deck. You can read it like any other deck, but here, like, see, has reason and will and appetite as the Chariot. So obviously you need all of them to be in balance in order to be able to go forward and see things clearly. So you know what I mean. It's a very interesting deck. And then, last but not least, this is a Thoth-based deck, and it is a mass market one. It's the Tarot of the Spirit by Pamela and Joyce Akins. And this deck is amazing. I love the astrological associations, I love the keywords, I love the colors and the artwork. It is very special, it's very spiritual. It is a deep deck. And you can buy, there is a big book that comes separately. I have heard many good things. So far I have read bits and pieces of it, but I wasn't as impressed as I expected to be. Like, it's a great book, don't get me wrong, but I'm not sure if I really needed to work with this deck, because I thought that it will give me more, but I don't know. I liked it, but I wasn't as impressed as I expected to be. However, this deck is amazing, and it has so much symbolism and so much to work with that became one of my favorites very, very fast. And then, day 23. Top 5 Oracle decks for 2010 to 2019. In no particular order, I will start with the Tarot Oracle, which comes with this book. It's based on the I Ching or I Ching system, and here you can see the symbolisms, and on the top and on the sides, and in the middle you have the keywords and amazing artwork. And I think this is a great deck for journaling, for meditation, for picking a card and sitting with this card. Like, I wouldn't do a massive reading with it, but it's great for inner work and, you know, things like that, for deep readings. And that's my first. How beautiful! I can't stop showing cards. Like, that's the first one. The second one is a deck that I haven't heard a lot. It's the Reincarnation cards, Awakening Farm Memory by, I don't know. There. John M. Knowles and Linda Blaine. I'm not great. It comes with this big chunky book, which has great information. The deck is massive, and it could do with, like, trimming the borders and stuff. It has 5 different backings, because it is divided into 5 categories. One is the chronological period. The second is the geographical place. The third one is about like the professional activity or like what you used to do during that lifetime. The fourth one is about the main idea that you had to face during that time, and the last one is how you died. And I have done, the artwork is alright, it's very clear though and like easy to read, and I have done readings for myself and others, and I've found them very profound. It's a beautiful deck that reads really well, and it can give you beautiful insights if you are into past life readings. And this is a mass market deck, and I think it's still available at quite reasonable price. So that was the reincarnation cards. Next, 1, 2. Next is the Shamanic Medicine Oracle cards, and that's the name of the creator. It's a Blue Angel deck, also mass market, that is. The cardstock is beautiful and the quality is great, and the artwork is amazing. Very easy to read. I like the keywords. I like the guidebook quite a bit, but I think that you can read intuitively with this deck as well. And that's such a beautiful, beautiful deck. I don't like this card in particular, but like in general, it's a beautiful reader. And yeah, it's one of the decks that I really enjoy working with. Like, how beautiful. And the next one is one that I really enjoy working with when it comes to shadow work, and again, like all past life issues and things like that. And when I mean shadow work, you know, I mean about things that trigger you but you're not quite sure what they are. And this deck combines astrology, which is a love of mine, and also it can be used as a normal oracle deck because I think that the depictions are very clear. It comes with, it's like I said, it's a similar, and it comes with this little white book, but you can download a PDF that explains how to work with these cards for past life readings and shadow work. But you can just use them intuitively. Like here is a trickster archetype, education, what education means for you, what justice means for you. Are you true to yourself? Are you true to others? This is about punishment and fears and relationships and power, being in charge. How do you feel about it? You know, the light and shadow, about religion, Buddhism, inner balance. That's similar to the devil card, similar to the what do you call it, temperance and the fool. And this is about that story, you know, the guy who was playing the flute and was kind of what's the word I'm looking for, made people follow him. And are you following someone else's tune, or are you playing your own, saying goodbyes, being childish, everyday life, you know. This is, you know, being present in the moment or not, and what are your ideals, what are your goals, what are you currently doing about them, grief, all sorts of things. Like, it's beautiful. Like, that's like Excalibur. It's an amazing deck. I feel that you can do great readings with it, but it's a very underrated deck, honestly, because I don't hear people raving about it, or like I hardly see it on YouTube. Being in a dark place and everything, it's you know, the burdens we carry, and all like feminine and masculine side. it's awesome. Anyway, and last but not least, I would like to mention a French deck. I don't speak French, so I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but it's the Divinatory Cards d'Algariel, and I use this deck mostly to do readings when I'm asking advice from loved ones that have departed and ancestors. And I don't know, this deck I don't use often, but every time I use it I get very deep meanings. It's something about it that I cannot really explain in words, but it slows me down and it has its own voice. It reads kind of like Lenormand, but not quite. I don't know, like the readings are very different and very meaningful, and I don't know how to explain that, but I feel that this is an amazing deck. And yeah, and this is it, and these are my top 5 oracle decks for this decade. Thank you all for watching, and thank you Ethony for hosting this challenge, and I hope to see you in the next one. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Much love. Bye.